During lockdown, Casa Milk had a lot of stuff happen. We had lots of community groups who started to meet the needs of the people in the community who were struggling. I think what became really apparent was that the inequalities that were in existence before lockdown suddenly became at crisis point, where people had no access to certain resources that would be more easily reached in other communities. So there were lots of things to do with food provision that became crisis point when people couldn't leave their houses, and due to there not being a supermarket in our area, it meant that people struggled because they would have to go on public transport to get to supermarkets and things, which just increased people's anxiety. So I'd say there was a lot of already existing issues that were suddenly at crisis point. Because the government were providing basic supplies through weekly boxes to some families who were shielding, we were then able to concentrate our efforts on what can we do that's a bit more. So we had local people who were cooking, we had the senior centre were using their normal kitchen staff who would provide meals, and their centre were sending out to the elderly at home. We had a chef in our church who was making meals because his cafe couldn't open. In Casa Milk, for the last 4 years, we've worked to create Casa Milk Together, which is housing associations, churches and other organisations working together to unitedly look at how we change access to food in our community. And the main thing that's come out of that is a development for a food pantry that will be based in the centre of our community, and have low cost food that people can subscribe to as kind of members of our co-op system. And we're just really excited about that, because for us it stops us being just an emergency food supply for people, but something that's more sustainable.